Hi my darlings, I'm Sophie Darling and welcome to my react to episode 4 of Frieren. I promise I'm not gonna cry before I even watch the episode this time because there isn't really much more for me to say than what I've already said in episode 3. But I'm not gonna cry this time, I promise. I can't promise that I'm not gonna cry at episode 4. There's just little things that just get to me and I'm not quite sure why. I'm really loving the dialogue of the show. It's such a cute but relatable anime. Like, the themes that they're touching on are very relatable in terms of being a human, to the point that you get yourself like worked up thinking about it. I love the art style. I think it's very pretty. It has the right combination between storytelling and dialogue and allowing you to get to know these characters on an emotional level and also still keeping some action in. It's almost like a slice of life kind of show. You know, it's more focused on getting to know the characters and their experience and their journey rather than action, but it still has like action in it. And from what we've seen, the magic system's really cool. And I think one of the things I really appreciated from episode 3 was that they didn't drag out like that fight. It was very like one and done. And I kind of like that because it means that the show is not overly focused on having a goal in terms of we need to have an enemy, but it's more focused on Frieren learning and her experiences of the world around her and her companionship with Fern and watching her learn from not her past mistakes, because she has shown that she did care for Himmel and the others, but more just showing her putting in further effort out of fear that she'll maybe repeat what she believes was a lack of caring towards her previous companions. Worries that she's going to make the same mistakes, which she's not, because she's already taking it upon herself to learn about Fern as much as she can. But it'll be nice for her to finally have that moment of realization that she has already been doing this, even if she didn't recognize before that she was doing it. You know, she was remembering these little bits of information about Himmel that solidified their connection. And yes, she didn't necessarily appreciate those features until after his death. She still remembered them, so it wasn't as if they had no significance to her. They did, just unfortunately she learned too late that maybe she should have valued those moments before his death and valued those moments with him. So it's really nice to see that with Fern, she's actually making an active effort to live in the moment with Fern, to have those connections with her whilst they both still can, in a way that she wasn't able to do with Himmel. So it is kind of like a learning moment, a learning experience for her. But just the way that Himmel loved her, and we know that he loved her because just the faith he had in her, the fact that he was willing to punch a child, mainly out of jealousy rather than like for her well-being. But it was just kind of funny the way that he's like, you saw what I wanted to see, which indicates that, you know, there was something romantic there between the two of them. So I can't wait to see that dynamic play out, because I have a feeling that they're going to show more of that, and just Frieren being incredibly oblivious to his intentions, whereas Himmel's like really trying to make her aware of like how much he loves her. You know, big up respect for Himmel for like letting her go and do what she wanted to do in life and not like guilt tripping her by being like, I love you, you have to stay. You know, as much as he loved her, he valued that she wanted to spend her time doing what made her happy, which was collecting spells and traveling and learning. And it's just nice to actually see a male character that appreciates a woman's mind and appreciates and values her worth beyond just as a romantic interest. We're gonna get into episode 4, and I'm praying I don't cry because I don't need that today.
昔は村総出で整備していましたが、
人手が足りなくなって放置ってわけか。
以前は透き通るような綺麗な海でした。報酬はこれでいかがでしょうか。
It's almost like a D&D quest. You know, they're doing like little side missions, which is really cute. Kind of like World of Warcraft as well.
はい。
わかった。清掃の仕事引き受けるよ。
But like the side missions have meaning as well rather than the main missions.
偉いよフェルン。フランメの著書に本物なし。これも出来の悪い偽物だ。
Does he know it's fake?
どうして引き受けたのですか？困ってる人がいるみたいだったから
He
ね。
probably doesn't know because he probably doesn't understand that there's a difference.
そうだね。これは自分のためだ。まだ寝てる。こんなに散らかして昨日片付けたばっかりなのに。
Oh my gosh, she's so me
フ
for
リーレン
real.
様、朝でございます。起きてください。
Frieren's like a big child sometimes.
海岸の清掃に行きますよ。
She's eepy. Is she ill or is she just like overexerted herself?
寒い。毎朝フリーレン様のことを起こしてご飯食べさせて服着せて。これ私完全にお母さんですよね。一人でもできるよ。でもそれだと昼まで寝ていますよね。うん。
She's so me.
別に私はもう諦めていますけど。勇者様ご一行との旅はどうしていたんですか？寝坊はしょっちゅうだったね。怒られたりはしなかったんですか？怒られたよ。一度だけね。あとはハイターがたまに舌打ちしたくらいかな。ごめん。
おい、気持ちはわかるけどさ。
それ普通にブチギレてますよ。
Oh, maybe they were upset, but she just doesn't understand that they were because she finds it difficult to read human emotions sometimes. I love her, she's so me.
順調ですかな。
あと3分の1ってところかな。
新年祭までに間に合いそうですか？
なんとかね。
ああ、でしたら今回はぜひとも日の出を見ていただけると嬉しいです、フリーレン様。
この村では新年祭の日に日の出を見る習慣があるんだ。透き通るような海に日の光が反射してとても綺麗なんだってさ。
The music's very Irish influence and I love it. Like the fiddle, the tin whistle. Like I know it's very reminiscent of like fantasy series, but the relationship between Irish mythology and music is so interconnected, and the relationship with like fae and elves. So like hearing that in this kind of show warms my heart so much.
もちろん新年祭にも参加されますな。
うん。
歓迎いたしますぞ。
そこまでして日の出が見たいのですか？正直興味はないよ。だから見て確かめるんだ。よくわかりません。そうだね。
Is it something Himmel mentioned? And that's why she's so desperate to see it, to kind of relate to those
なぜ
emotions.
新年祭に来なかったんだ？
Knew it!
フリー。
It relates
あ
back
ん
to
たなんてショ
Himmel.
ックのあまり寝込んでしまったぞ。かわいそうに。
みんなは行けたんだからそれでいいじゃん。
僕たちはね、君にも楽しんでほしかったんだよ。
She missed that
ただの日の出
opportunity.
でしょ。楽しめるとは思えないけど。
いいや、楽しめるね。
どうして？
君はそういうやつだからだ。
So now she wants to relive what she missed, but with fun.
確かに綺麗だけど早起きしてまで見るものじゃないな。ヒンメルは私のこと分かってないな。フリーレン様、とても綺麗ですね。そうかな。ただの日の出だよ。でもフリーレン様、少し楽しそうです。それはフェルンが笑っていたから。
Oh, fuck.
私一人じゃこの日の出は見れなかったな。当たり前です。フリーレン様は一人じゃ起きられませんからね。
It just hit me that, like, it wasn't about the sunrise, it was about Himmel seeing Frieren enjoy herself. It's about the connection between them. Oh, it just hit me in that moment where she's like, oh, but you know, you're smiling, and then she begins to enjoy the sunrise, and it's a bit like that's, I imagine how Himmel would have felt seeing Frieren enjoy the sunrise. No one's gonna want to watch this as a react. All they do is cry. And it's not even over anything like major. It's just, it just hits me. God dang it.
ご家族ですか。昔の話だ。俺の村が魔族に襲われてな。何をしている？祈っています。人は死んだら無に帰る。天国に行くんですよ。
数千年前までは無に帰るって考えが主流だったからね。ドワーフは伝統を重んじる。死後の魂の観測ができないから実在を証明できないんだよね。
どっちでもいいと思うけどな。
そうですね。私も実在するかどうかはどっちでもいいです。でもたとえ実在しなかったとしてもあるべきものだと思います。
I think people should be able to believe in whatever brings them peace.
必死に生きてきた人の行き着く先が無であっていいはずがありません。だったら天国で贅沢三昧していると
I
思っ
think
た
it's
方
also
が
comforting
いい
for
じゃないで
people.
すか。
You know, when you lose someone, the idea that they're not truly gone.
確かに都合がいい。祈るか。
おう。
Even the dwarfs praying. Oh. Frieren gets to see him again.
アイゼン、遊びに来たよ。
30年ぶりとは思えん態度だな。
たった
And it's a
30
tradition
年
he
でしょ。
carries on.
まさかお前が
I just noticed
弟
it
子を
got
取るとはの。
higher, which means more of his family have
Eisen.
died.
何か手伝ってほしいこととかってある？
フリーレン、ハイターにも同じようなことを聞いたらしいな。お迎えにはまだ早いぞ。
フォルボンチか。懐かしいね。
来たことあるのか？
昔ね。
昔って言ったぞ。どれだけ前なんだ？
原始時代でしょうか。そこまで長生きじゃないよ。
She's like a
それで、
parent. She can hear
探し物って？
anything no matter where she is.
大魔法使いフランメの手記だ。
わかった。まずは大きな木を探そうか。
大きな木か。途方もないな。たくさんあるぞ。まあ、時間なんていくらでもあるのか。
まあね。
What's she doing?
フェラン
Fun?
が嫌がるから早めに終わらせようか。
変わったな。お前は人の時間を気にするようなやつじゃなかった。
だってフェルン、怒ると怖いんだよ。
No, she's just adapting and learning.
気をつけよう。
Making up for lost time. He's sucking on it.
ねえ、なんでフランメの手記なんか探すことにしたの？
お前とヒンメルがかわいそうだと思ったんだ。お前はヒンメルを知っておけばと口にした。あの言葉はヒンメルに直接伝えてやるべきものだ。
How?
大魔法使いフランメの式に
Oh
は
no!
死者と対話したという記録が残っているとされている。
おとぎ話だよ。それに今さら会いたいとは思っていない。
それにヒンメルのことを知りたいんだろ？
I'm not gonna be able to cope.
だからハイターと相談した。お前はきっと後悔しているだろうから手助けしたかったんだ。
Oh, do you think that's why he was really intent on her taking Fern? Not just for the fact that Fern wouldn't be left alone, that it would help Frieren come to terms with what it means to connect with people and humanity.
こいつが成長すれば1000年だろうがこの場所を
Oh,
守
the
り続ける。
earrings!
その頃には先生死んでるでしょ。
お前はいつか大きな過ちを犯し 人を知りたいと考えるよ。
Frieren has her
知って
earrings.
ほしいの先生。かまってちゃん。
ちげえよ。そん時はここに帰ってこいって言ってんだ。手助けしてやる。
She
この
knew
大魔
her.
法使いフランメ様が。
それがフランメの手記。本物なのでしょうか。本物だよ。なぜわかるのですか。
Because she
フリ
knew
ーレ
her.
ンはフランメの一番弟子だ。
本当に原始時代から生きているんじゃ。
死者との対話についての記述はあるか。
ご丁寧にそのページが開かれている。1000年も前から私がここに来ることが分かっていたのか。相変わらず嫌味なやつだ。
この世界の人々が天国と呼ぶ場所、魂の眠る地オレオールにたどり着いた。私はかつての戦友たちと対話した。この世紀の発見は魂の
の研究を飛躍的に進歩させるだろう。真実なのでしょうか。
I'm not going to be able to
そう
cope.
ね。いい加減な人だったから。大陸北部エンデ。エンデって。そうだね。今は魔王城がある場所だ。
オレオールを探してヒンメルと話すんだ。俺を手伝ってくれるんだろう。
Emotionally, I'm going to break.
悪知恵をつけたね、アイゼン。うなされてる。フリーレン様、フリーレン様。あ、ダメか。
She's tired.
なあ、フェロン。そいつはいい師匠か。
どうでしょうか。よくわかりません。ただヒンメル様たちを知ろうとすることには興味があるようですが、もしかしたら私にはあまり興味がないのかもしれません。
That's a lie.
フリーレン様が私を弟子にしたのはハイター様との約束に過ぎませんから。
She wouldn't have bought you anything for your birthday or taken you for a sweet treat if she didn't care.
旅を始めてからは誕生日にプレゼントをくれるようになったんです。何を考えているのでしょうね。とても不思議です。
It's all new to her. Give her time.
フリーレン、君はオートには残らないのか。
旅を続けるよ。
弟子を取ったりはしないのか。旅は話し相手がいた方がいい。
時間の無駄だからね。いろいろ教えてもすぐ死んじゃうでしょ。
フリーレン。
I knew it. That's why she's so reserved. She's scared.
みんなとの冒険だって私の人生の100分の1にも満たない。
はいはい、暗い話は
I agree.
今日はめでたい日なんですからね。飲みましょう。
酒を飲む理由が欲しいだけだろう。
お前はいつも飲んでるだろう
Agree.
が。
この
No more
生臭
depressing
坊主
talk.
フェルン。そいつはいい師匠だ。
そうですね。アイゼン本当についてこないの。
前にも言っただろう。俺はもう足手まといだ。
I don't know why I'm getting so emotional. Christ. What did they put in the show to make you cry? But I knew it. I knew the reason why she was scared to take on an apprentice was the fear that she would outlive them and that she would get attached. I knew it. I knew it.
長い旅路になる。俺たちは10年かかった。
そうか。ヒンメル様たちが魔王城を目指した道のりと同じなんですね。
So we're going to see more of their journey play out in flashbacks, aren't we?
そうだね。たった10年の冒険だよ。
Ah! I'm not going to be able to cope if she actually gets to speak to Himmel, which I think will probably be the final episode, and that's going to, like, break me. I think my worry is this show is going to take us to the end of Fern's lifespan, which is so incredibly clever, but so incredibly cruel to have her in the show from a child and then basically take us on this journey with Frieren. And at the end, we see Fern age and die. Again, yes, it fits the theme of mortality and valuing the time that we spend with others, but it's just so mean to do to us emotionally. It's just so mean, but it's so clever because essentially this journey she's ongoing is her way of trying to make up for the time that she didn't feel like she valued in the 10 years that she spent with Himmel. Only now she has mere 10 years with Fern to reconcile those emotions, but also we're going to see more flashbacks of their adventures together and probably going to learn more about Frieren and Himmel's dynamic. It's going to be interesting to see Frieren eventually start to come to the understanding of maybe Himmel's emotions towards her, and maybe part of that reconciliation she'll have with Himmel is actually being able to relate and understand his emotions and maybe even reciprocate them. He's dead, but you know, it is a great opportunity for her to show Himmel how much she's learned and progressed as time has gone on. The show is beautiful, honestly. I know it doesn't look like it because I cry every episode. I'm hoping there are at least a couple of episodes now where I don't cry, because that's 4 episodes where I've cried, and this is why I can only do 2 episodes in a go, because it's so emotionally draining to watch more than 2 episodes. And then after that, I'm like tired, emotionally tired, and I'm like, I can't watch another 2 episodes where I cry because I'll not actually be able to discuss the show at all. I'll just be here like sniveling, which sometimes I feel like I do already with the show. It's so emotionally hard hitting, and I'm really excited to see how this journey goes now that they've got like an actual goal that they're looking to achieve, and to watch their progression as they go through. It's just so phenomenal. It really is so phenomenal. And learning that she actually studied under Flamme and that her earrings are Flamme, so obviously she must have inherited them either after Flamme died or before Flamme died. And I'm wondering if part of her distancing herself emotionally has to do with Flamme and losing her teacher, because it shows that she studied under her. It seemed like they had a very close connection. Flamme even chastises her for not appreciating the small moments spent with people, and that she'll regret it one day. So I'm wondering if, because Flamme's death maybe hit Frieren incredibly hard, or harder than she anticipated it, that conception of human mortality leads her to pull away from people, because she doesn't want to have to experience and go through the same emotions that she went through previously. It's going to be really fascinating to see more of how this plays out as the narrative goes on, but I have a feeling that's possibly one of the reasons why she doesn't allow herself to become emotionally connected to people, is because she doesn't want to have to keep going through the emotions of losing people. So it's like a defensive mechanism rather than I don't care. It's just her way of protecting herself, because she knows that she's going to outlive most people. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider liking, subscribing, and leaving a comment below to help boost me into the algorithm. Until next episode, bye!